Okay, Basso Boxing Fanaticos, it's the end to do another boxing analysis. This boxing analysis is a post-fight analysis between Gary, fastest hands in boxing, Russell Jr. versus JOJO Diaz, Mr. Combination Puncher. Now, you have, in this post-fight, Gary Russell Jr. did a tremendous job. Hats off to both fighters. I'm a huge JOJO Diaz fan, not only of him inside of the ring, but outside of the ring. He's such a great character for the sport, a great ambassador for the sport, for the young crowd coming up. He's only 25, very talented, a lot of charisma, carries himself very well. And then you got Gary Russell Jr. over here, very confident, came in with the vibranium. Came in with the Egyptian outfit on, so he came for business, you feel me? And let's get straight to it. I feel like JoJo fought Gary at the right time, but Gary refused to lose. He refused to be denied. He refused to lose, and it started with the first round. Always remember, how you start the fight, it's not about how you start, it's how you end it. But majority of the time, if you start the fight on point, using your jab, learning the distance of your opponent, learning the angles of your opponent, you make the fight 10 times easier for yourself. But if you second guess yourself, you go 20, 30, 40 seconds without throwing a blow, without throwing any punches, you're not doing nothing but hurting yourself in the long run. And then you're sitting there like, what happened after round 4, 5, and 6 go by? And then you pretty much have to put on the pressure and try to walk the person down. Now, JoJo Diaz started very slow. Wasn't landing too many punches until about the, I say, 4th, 5th, and 6th. He started really putting some punches together. Gary Russell Jr. had some spots in there where he was getting hurt, and I was wondering how he would respond, and he responded with fucking flying colors. And if somebody's responding with flying colors under adversity, especially JoJo being the bigger man, JoJo was at least 10, 15 pounds bigger than him, and he handled him very well. JoJo in the 12th round was throwing a lot, though. He was letting his hands go. He was mixing it up with the uppercuts, catching him with the left uppercut. And, I mean, he was looking really sharp in the southpaw stance. He was actually using his jab. What he was missing, and I'm going to talk about the other fight, too, coming up with Badu Jack and Stevenson, is there needs to be more feints. At the elite top level, the 3 main categories I look for that other boxing writers, analysis people, or even prediction people don't look for is feints. That's number 1. He who feints 9 times out of 10 will win the fight. If you use effective feints, it's very hard for your opponent to read them. Second, I look for you using side-to-side movement, not just going back in a straight line, not just going forward in a straight line, but side-to-side movement. You have good, healthy side-to-side movement with good lateral movement around that ring, 9 times out of 10 you can dominate your opponent. I put money on it. And last but not least, who controls the ring? Who would I rather be? Who is the person that is in control? Who's being the boss? Who is being the ring general in there with their jab? Yes, with the jab. A lot of you guys don't even value the jab. I value the jab more than any other punch in boxing, first and foremost, even more than a power punch. Because what good is a power punch if you can't land that power? You know, that's like saying what good is, you know, a train without train tracks? You're not going to go very far, you know. So it's very important to have your foundation. Your jab is your roots. Your roots. Double it, triple it, quadruple it. Just make sure it's hard in the stern, or even mix up the tempos of the jab, mix up the range of the jab, mid-range jab, long-range jab, short inside Bruce Lee type of, you know, 1-inch punch type of jab. I mean, there's so many types of jabs. There's stab jab to the body. But anyway, I felt Gary Russell start picking his punches better in the middle rounds, leading up like 8, 9, and 10. And I felt JoJo was just down on the cards. It was just like a consistent run of the same thing, and I felt like JoJo did not adjust. And he even said it's a learning experience for him. He said he's gonna get better from this. It was a good lesson, and I respect JoJo Diaz for taking that approach to it. And even Golden Boy tonight saying, yeah, It was more of a learning lesson. We're not going to be too hard on him because we knew how talented and how guy gifted Gary Russell Jr. Because he is guy gifted, man. That speed, you can't teach that. He threw like a crazy punch, kind of like a 12 punch combination, y'all. Go back and look at the fight. I believe it was in the first round. I mean, he literally, or it was in second or third round. It was crazy combination punching. When he lets his hands go, if Gary Russell Jr. can learn how to do that throughout the whole entire fight, he'll be on Pacquiao's level. I'm going to say it again. He would be on Pacquiao's level circa 2010, 11, and 12. Like that type of Pacquiao where you just so many, even before that, 07, 08, 09 Pacquiao, where you just so much speed, so many combinations, 8, 9, 10 punch combinations put together over and over in angles. Gary can do that style, but it's a very risky style because you're leaving yourself, you're susceptible to overhand rights, you're susceptible, and that's what JOJO Diaz was doing very well with his overhand left. He was landing some punches. He was taking away Gary's right hook, which was very important in this fight, but he didn't do it enough. But he was taking it away. He needs to learn how to parry. I forgot to mention parry too. You need, at the elite level, all fighters should be learning how to parry punches. And I understand it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of focus in the mind. But parrying is just so important in the sport of boxing. But anyways, great fight, great night. It was everything I hoped for in the fight, and that's what it's all about. It's great action throughout round 1 to round 12. Big up to Gary Russell Jr. Go ahead and try to unify JOJO Diaz. Get you another fight. Get your confidence back right. And then go for Gary Russell Jr. again or some champion, you know, at 130. So, like I said, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section below. El Monte, California. You still have a champion in JOJO Diaz. And DMV, stand the fuck up. Peace.